big news this week. They're thinking of moving the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, since everything performs better when it leaves New York. This was a great week for Giants players. The only issue is they no longer play for the Giants. They let a generational talent walk. And Daniel Jones. Yes, Daniel Jones did get released. The good news is a lot of teams are in need of a starting safety. I haven't seen Giants down this bad since David and Goliath. Okay, moving on. The Jets have also fired Joe Douglas. That reminds me, Aaron wants to play again next year. Who should he sign with? AARP. Aaron's leaving after setting an organization back 5 years. To be fair, we couldn't be set back any further. So. One last thing. A huge week for the Bengals. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase combined for over 600 yards and 5 TDs, and they still lost to the bye. Browns Steelers, get in here, please. Will you put the snowball down? What are we going to do about Jameis Winston? We can't just throw him out there in the snow. Sure we can. He loves the snow. He's told me it 10 times. Jameis Winston has now won more cold weather games than Tua. Pittsburgh, a year ago this weekend, Matt Canada was fired, and Arthur Smith honored him by using his playbook. That is not true. I didn't run a jet sweep on first down. Why, Art? Because you can't throw the ball on first down. Get out. Also, will you please take control of George Pickens? He's fighting everyone. At least someone from the SEC put up a fight this week. The SEC, it just means more. Teams allowed in the playoff. All right, Giants, Bucks. The Bucks fumbled on the goal line, and you didn't even move. You reacted to the fumble. Paul Skeens would have had a better reaction. Baker's mocking us. Moving on to one of the more surprising games, Chiefs, Panthers. Who drafted the wrong quarterback now? Mahomes almost lost to us. As if that's not bad enough, the Chiefs kicker hit the ref on the head. The players are turning on their own teammates. You are the most fraudulent 10-1 team. Weren't you 10-1? Wait a minute. Also, it looks like D-Hop and Mahomes have a great connection. If they got any closer, he'd beat Chris Collinsworth. We would like to fire Gerard Mayo. Okay, it hasn't even been a year. Did you just get him in here? Look, once they cross the white line, I can't do anything. Okay, Gerard, what do you do all week? Create lasting friendships. Oh my God. In our defense, we do have Drake May and Christian Gonzalez. Yes, and now you're only 20 starters away from a win. Miami, what is Skylar Thompson doing in here? Can you please get out? You're embarrassing us. Wow, he can't even back up properly. Fire Skylar Thompson into the sun. Maybe then he'll find the people he's throwing to. Guys, we've swept the entire AFC South. Yes, congratulations to Detroit. Indianapolis, you are atrocious. We are going to get better. The bar is lower than the kids' table Kyler Murray sits at for Thanksgiving. We are trying to build something special, okay? We are rebuilding. You've been rebuilding for 8 years. I've seen Angel Reese and Ben Simmons put up more bricks. Sounds like you need a good brick salesman. The Colts took such a pounding, Adam Schefter almost got the job done a second time. I want to take a minute to appreciate that this year we've had games end in a Hail Mary, a blocked field goal, and an onside kick return. I would say that was the worst way to lose a game, but CJ Orlovsky's here. CJ Stroud looks so much like Ryan Tannehill, they're giving Houston the Oilers jerseys back. Quick side note, Gladiator 2 comes out this week. I will not be seeing it. If I wanted to watch someone who lasted a couple minutes at a Coliseum and then went on to lose, I just watched Cliff Kingsbury. Guys, what a win, huh? We are so bad. Washington, do you see what you've done? You lost to a team that has 5 touchdowns at AT&T Stadium. Bill Belichick's 24-year-old girlfriend moved in. Even he scores more at home. Well, but we still almost won. Fun fact, the real Declaration of Independence is not on display in D.C. Turns out that's the second biggest fraud in Washington. Can we talk about the Bears game? Sure. This was supposed to be the Vikings' transition year, and they are now 9-2. Okay, Caleb Williams has gone 5 straight games with 0 turnovers. He's also gone 5 straight games with 0 wins. Will you get Eberflus in here? Matt, why did you challenge that throw to Jordan Addison? Because I'm sure something happened. Probably. Your kicker has a lower trajectory than your coaching career. Okay, just a couple more games. Bo Nix is having a hell of a year. He got himself in the Offensive Rookie of the Year conversation faster than Jackson Dart throws 3 interceptions. We didn't have our starting quarterback, that's why we lost. We didn't either, and we went 2-0. Well, ours had a broken finger. Why did you start him? You could have had Steve Young out there and you still would have lost. Will you guys knock it off? Okay, Kyle. This is Jordan Mason. He was top 3 in the NFL in rushing. He's explosive and constantly gets yards every carry. His only defect, you never let him carry. Perfect. Jordan Mason has watched more games from the bench than Paul George and Joel Embiid. Saquon has more rushing yards and touchdowns than the entire Giants offense this season. Thank you for that. Lastly, John Harbaugh is now 3-0 against Jim. I'm not sure why we're making it such a big deal that they played each other. Jim Harbaugh is used to having people he trusts on the other team's sideline.